That's better. Gotta get some water in me. It's hot. I'm gonna be screaming. Uh, did see one comment. Taps Mike. Oh, I'm gonna say I won't do it. I won't say I'll never do it. Um, but yeah, a lot of O's to talk about. Uh, Probably should have put spoilers ahead in the title. But if you're here, you must have watched the qualifiers. Know how is everything shaken up. A lot of things shaking up, a lot of things staying the same. What changed in this track between last year and this year? Because the one fear I had going into all of this was you go on to a Tenor, that's the site that makes the GIFs, like Jiffy, the GIFs that get used in Twitter and Discord. And you look at all the different Yella's Marble Runs related GIFs, and they're only a handful, right? And I've started uploading some of my own that I want. So there's one of me making out with the Prim sticker. So that's on the internet forever, I guess. But then another one is just Origin getting absolutely donked, going from like first to last in one turn on Tumult Turnpike. At you all know the turn, so uh, not a whole lot has changed. And from what I could see from it, I think the accelerator's new. Yeah, accelerator's new, and that's it. Um, so here's Open Origin Redemption, redeeming the entirety of the O-Rangers who have not had a good season thus far, especially with how Clementin's performing. Clementin is not here. Hallelujah for that. But then we got some other things to go into. Some hard care up, a little bit of a Momo moment, some of that Haze Amaze, and maybe a host curse. And then we're going to predict fastest lap, fattest lap, and some timing and scoring. I went ahead and did my math ahead of time so I don't have to do any excruciating mental math like 2 plus 2 equaling 5. But I do have what I hope to be a better time prediction, because last week I was off by 2 minutes and we can't have that happen again. So I came out with a new system, some new maths, reinvented the wheel, invented calculus just so I can predict how fast these marbles are going to Neum. Remember when Origin fell from 8 spots? Yes, I do remember. How can I not remember? Now, how can I not forget? A lot of these teams are easy to forget. Thunderbolts and Razzies, and the Chocolatiers having a Thunderbolts, Chocolatiers, and Razzie sort of year. Okay. Roldo is enjoying the park now that the snow has melted. Does it snow in Hunyuan? I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah, so right off of the bat, you knew this lineup was gonna be deadly. Just these first 3 alphabetical order. You got Butter. Remember Misty Mountain Season 2? How could anyone forget? It's the only race people routinely look back to and say, "Ayo, what the heck? Are they holding hands?" We got Butter back, and we got We got some HRT back. So, right there, that is the lineup of all time. Oh, yeah, and also Blue Eye. Blue Eye exists. Uh, we don't have to wait too long to see them because the Crazy Cats I just have not been having a good season leading up to this halfway mark. Loving the scenery, loving the stands. Balls of Chaos section, get that front row middle area, like prime seats. And that's what you want if you're the home team, those prime seats. So we got the accelerator into the bank turn. A lot of people have mixed feelings about the accelerator showing up again in these season 4 races. I'm liking it. I'm liking the return of these accelerators. I like the better placement. Okay, right before a bank turn, right last week, Greenstone, we had it right before the 2 straightaways. The placement of these accelerators have been a lot better this season, so I am really about it. They really kept what worked, changed what didn't. Of course, if they really want to change what's not working, then take the bolts in the Razzies because they are a doo-doo. Thought Bolt would do better considering he got second in season 2. Yeah. Alright, there's Fenrir coming across. Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah, we have butter on the track, and I'm working on the Jungle Jumpers roast, right? And if you want a sneak, I closed it. What did that happen? I closed my project down. Hope it's saved. Okay, no, it's over there for some reason. There's a sneak preview. This is what Premiere looks like in Premiere. I don't know when this video will come out because I have... This is 2.5 years right here, and I have all this to cover. But I had to... You know, you can't talk about the Jungle Jumpers without talking about Marbula 1 Season 2. You go back and look about... Marbula 1 Season 2, a lot of it was just bad. Okay? The naming, they have clickbait titles. If you go back and look at Marbula 1 Season 2, they don't tell you what race it is, except for qualifying. They just, will the Savage Speeders win? All caps. We are rolling. So, that was very, very cring, which is why I have the thumbnail as this chaotic racing as an homage to how just sort of cringeworthy the titling was for those. You just name it. You can keep the explosion. Like, this is fine. It tells you the season, the race, what the race is, and then if it's qualifying or not. Like, that's good. You don't have to be completely eye-catching to the point of you don't know what race it is. All that to say, they just let those marbles loose. I forget which qualifying it was, but there was one racer that got passed during qualifying. I believe it happened numerous times. You had racers getting passed during qualifying because they're just spaced out too close to each other. This one, don't know what happened with Clutter because maybe... You can't make the argument that Clutter was getting distracted by Bumble, okay? You can't have it happen. If they were, like, right close, then, like... you'd have the argument there. But for Bumble to do, provisional pole after four racers, and then Clutter just finding every single wall in existence. Not really what you'd expect, although this is the Balls of Chaos. And they are chaotic. And maybe is it the host curse? Is it the host curse? We'll see tomorrow. We saw Red Eye, right? 20th to 3rd, anything can happen any given Sunday, right? So maybe is it just one of these things that Clutter's just saving up? Okay, yeah, so what the heck? Who gave Blue Eye the right? And of course, it didn't last that long in any way, shape, or form. But did he remember how to race? Finally? I mean, maybe, is this the race? Is this the race where Blue Eye's going to prove everyone wrong? Because everyone has just been poo-pooing Blue Eye up to this point, and rightfully so, because Blue Eye has been god-awful. Everyone saw that the switch away from Yellow Eye was not going to improve the Crazy Cat's Eyes. Of course, the Crazy Cat's Eyes kind of lucked out with the Season 2 formatting. In my opinion, but Blue Eye getting some top speed to get up there for the first half did cement a Q2 spot, I do believe. No idea where Roldo is. Yeah, so a lot of quacking. Although Mallard not having the most runaway season. And this is when I was excited. I was seeing the purple with orange, and we gotta go back a ways, see this bank turn. I gotta... See, this is why we have these split screens. Because we want to see Mallard, but I'm more interested in Orangin. Nice bank turn, staying off the walls. That turn is going to be some pain. Especially with how it treated Orangin last year. Navigated it well in the quals, but the race is a completely different beast. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and there we go. Clutter dropping. Sad times. And Pinky Panther, ooey pinkies. And here's this moment. They just a tenth of a second. Didn't look like they did anything too flashy. Let's go back. Let's watch this Momo moment happen. Up close, split screen. All right, there they go. There's Momo through the accelerator. Over the bank. Lots of speed. Okay, no, that's a good turn. I see. Okay, watch this turn. Not losing a whole lot of momentum going into the wall. Not into the wall. In with the wall. Right? Conservation of momentum and all that. Which is physics I do believe I failed. I don't remember. And then Arab. Some hard carrot time. Of course, Royal's on the racetrack. Royal. 2 race appearances. 2 golds. 3 golds in their last 3 race appearances. Will they make it 4? They secured the Q2, but got donked a whole lot. And of course, we'll get into that once the Q2 races start up. Misty somehow not losing a whole lot of time on that. Yeah, took the pole provisionally away. And of course, Swifty just has to rain on my parade, okay? You just gotta do that. You just gotta beat Orangin. Very like they can't keep getting away with it. Pains me, but we halfway there. Okay. The championship contention is so close. This is not going to be a runaway in any way, shape, or form. You're not going to see some crazy cat's eye shenanigans happen again. I don't know what I did. I pressed the arrow keys when I was on my OBS studio and not on YouTube because I wanted to go back, watch Ecto, watch Misty, watch Swifty. And I'm not sure what I changed. I changed something. He will keep getting away with it. Yeah. Okay, gotta go back a bit. Because we need to see Misty absolutely eat the section of the wall, but stay unfazed. Whole lot of speed in that bank turn, but that wall right there seemed to slow them down a whole lot. But I guess they had enough speed through that bank section. And actually, if you notice, they were all purple, and after Swifty boots Orangin down a peg, they flash up the times for, I think, the whole field and not just the racers moving on for Q2 going on to the pole. Yeah, Misty cleaned up, and one of the comments at the start of the stream mentioned that Misty cleaned up. All that purple means is they were the fastest times in all those sectors. So that will be a huge thing to look out for. So Misty, Swifty, Orangin, Momo, Eric, Shimmer, Starry, Blue Eye, Royal, and Mallard. What the hell is Blue Eye doing there? I thought they were no good. I thought they were a dumpster. I thought it was the biggest mistake to a roster change since whatever the Thunderbolts did. But I guess Blue Eye remember, hey, the top 10 exists. I could start there. Maybe I could finish there. I don't know. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. That'd be a heck of a line. If I were a real bookie, which I am not, what would the odds be for Blue Eye to finish top 8? Because somehow it is not, or top 10 rather. Because somehow it is not 50-50 for Blue Eye to finish top 10. It should be minus 120, a plus 120 at least, which means they are not favored. They're probably like a plus 250 on something that is a 50-50 shot. they have a greater chance of not making it than making it. Who invited my man? Who invited my man Blood? Blue Eye and Q2. Momokai, you are too white to say that. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm gonna turn my AC back on. Had it off a bit for the sound also because it was getting too cold. Now it's getting too hot. Warming right up. We are in true noon. 1 o'clock, right? Because of how spring ahead and all that stuff is. We're an hour ahead than we should be. So right now, it's local noon. The sun is at its highest, and I am feeling it. It's like a bajillion degrees. $77 feels like 1,000, especially screaming into a microphone day in day out gets me heated over these marbles. Haven't even gotten to Q2 yet, but we still have to note that Misty has taken the fastest time in every single sector. Oh, and hold on, important, wherever Misty's at, because I can't go through Q2 without mentioning the best thing that Greg Woods has ever said. Greg Woods has said a lot of things that has been memorable.
2 wins in a row. We'll have some work to do here.
So here's Misty's run.
Bumble is now on the bubble. Royal is safe, however. Ecto lost a ton of time, is eliminated. Misty, purple through Sector 1, purple through Sector 2. It's by a fine margin, but it is still in the good. Rides around the bottom part there, 6/10 ahead. Wow! Misty, marble that got on the podium back in round 3. Here comes Swifty across the line up to 2nd place.
When does he say what a flex? Greg Woods says what a flex. I could have sworn that was at Misty's qual lap, but I guess I'm mistaken. This is important content. He says what a flex, which is the greatest thing I've ever heard that man say. And I need Grog Woods to say it, and I can't find it anymore. He says, what a flex. Oh, at the end of Q2. Dang. Okay, so we are going to Q2.
And wow, that was a nice blast at the end there for the winner of our last race, and got pole position for that one. Netted 28 points on the weekend.
I thought that was after
Look at that Misty. Oh. That's a flex.
That's a flex. Misty. That's a flex.
Points on the weekend. Look at that Misty. That's a flex. Setting the ultimate Q1 time by going purple.
That's a flex. We gotta increase this volume a bit.
Best of anybody in all 3 sectors. Wow. But remember, we still have Misty. That's a flex. Setting the...
That's a flex.
28 points on the weekend. Look at that Misty. That's a flex.
There's the greatest thing ever. I can't stop playing it.
For the winner of our last race, and got pole position for that one. Netted 28 points on the weekend. Look at that Misty. That's a flex. Setting...
Look at that Misty. That's a flex. Only qual lap under 20 seconds. This was I do have the time. 21.87 seconds was the average. Who hit exact? Wow, there was only one over. Raspberry Racers. Wow, Raspberry Racers being bad at racing. Who'd have thought? Well, I mean, I say that, but for a team with the word race in their name. They are the racers. That is what they do, is race. For a team called the Racers to be bad at a racing competition is like the most beautiful irony ever. Average lap time 21.87 seconds is what was posted with the poster at the way back, with the track layout, with all the turns, with all the different bits and bobs. They say 21.87 seconds. For the fact that a team called Racers is the only team to get a qual lap slower than that is hilarious. That is the anti-flex right there.
4.
Let's see what Grog Woods has to say about this whole shebang-a-bang, shall we?
The winner of our last race and got pole position for that one, netted 28 points on the weekend. Look at that Misty. That's a flex, setting the ultimate.
No, please. I need more. JMR, please. Get me in a booth with Greg Woods. Buy us brunch. We need this to happen. We need this to happen. Get us to Amsterdam. Get us a nice Dutch brunch. Say that 5 times fast. Dutch brunch. Hit us up with some of those bottomless mimosas. Get us in the booth together, because this would be me. Okay? This is me sober. This is me. This is Greg Woods. 5 mimosas. I don't know how well Greg would actually handle those. But we need to find out. We need to do it for science, because you get me in a commentating booth. Again, it's been a week. Still have not listened to Madman's commentary on a Marbula 1 race, doing his hand at play-by-play, right? But a Greg Woods 5 mimosas in is a sober me. Just
the winner of our last race.
The winner of the last race.
And got pole position for that one, netted 28 points on the weekend. Look at that Misty. That's a flex, setting the ultimate Q1 time by going purple. Best of anybody in all 3 sectors. Wow.
Wow. That's me. That is me. That's me. That's me right now. Misty. That's a flex. Going purple through all 3 sectors. Wow. Wow. God. Pole position. Oh, man, that's too much fun.
But remember, we still have
Q2. This episode's
and
brought to you by the letter O for good reason.
Convert this to pole position. We're about to find out an immediate drift to the left, and it all goes wrong for Misty. That was...
Oh, Shimmer's in this race. Shimmer, I forget that your team does stuff. But, I mean, come on. Give me one example of Shining Swarm doing something competitive. Bet you can.
Not the right move, coming off the line, and it's Shimmer, Momo, and Origin who take advantage. Origin.
Beautiful move. Wish we had the aerial for that.
Move, coming off.
I wish they popped up the aerial view just above the track, because I was having flashbacks I was having flashbacks to the last time Origin was on here. And I bet you someone's gonna DM me the clip of it, because it is just such a iconic moment. Yeah, no, it's the wiki. It's the wiki image. You look up season 2, and what you get is Origin being bullied. That's what we get when you look up Tumult Turnpike. So this is... nothing's changed. I'm impressed with how consistent this track has been. But Origin started at the front. They hit there. And then every single marble just passes them, bonks them out the way, shoves them backwards. It was embarrassing. It was awful. I see this turn coming up.
The line, and it's Shimmer, Momo, and Origin who take advantage.
I see it coming up, and I'm like, oh god. Oh god, there it is. Oh god, there it is. And then Origin flosses them beautifully, shoves Shimmer to the side, sneaks past Momo like a Midwestern auntie. Oop, just gonna scooch right past you, grab some ranch. And that was all she wrote, really. And I was so happy that that's all they had to do to work for it. Looks like a shallower angle on the belt from years past, so I think that's also changed. That and the accelerator to make up for the angles being not as steep. I think Origin's learned from previous mistakes, learned from, I guess you could say, previous tumult. And, you know, Momo made it competitive. Hard Carp was there, Swifty was there, Misty was there. Honestly, this whole top 10, pretty alright, all things considered. This is the top 10 you would expect. And then, dang, what a final turn. Camera work could use some work. I see some places where there should be some improvement. With that banking, think they hold on to it too long, because while the mid pack is going into the bank turn, the front of the pack is already at that little dangerous corner, and you don't really get to see if anyone's getting donked up there, because that was my deepest fear, that they hold onto that angle of the bank turn of that accelerator, and then they cut back to where Origin was, and all of a sudden they drop 8 spots, 10 spots. They're stuck, they're DNF, because that's the kind of thing that you could expect from the Balls of Chaos track, having chaos. People were talking about landmines, okay? People were expecting explosions, and the fact that we have the return of that curve with the banking, with an accelerator, my fear was that Origin just gets the yips, and again, qual's one thing, the race is a whole other beastie. So, knock on wood, and this desk is wooden, thank God for that, because I am knocking on it. Because I can't have that happen, as if I'm the one racing. Origin cannot have that happen again. Lose 8 spots at 1 corner, at 2 corners. So, I guess for the cameras to focus on that, as well as the bank turn, the accelerator. Because then you have that cut, and that's sort of an awkward angle to cut to. Because they're two wildly different angles, a bit jarring. You don't really see who's coming out of where. Yeah, damn, Royal. So Royal won one of the races this season after starting in 10th. So you can never count Royal out. So there we have our times. God, Razzie. So I gotta go back a ways before I crunch these numbers. Because what the heck happened to Royal Truly? Okay, well, they start 9th, so I guess there's not a whole lot you can do with that, right? Is Misty better than Hazy at the track? I'd say so, yeah. How did Royal take last after Shimmer falls off? So I guess it's just not a whole lot you can do if you're Royal starting out in 10th. That corner didn't help them. That might have been it. Run into that roadblock. Oh! Ah, they rode the rail. Watch the split. There's Royal. Hit the split that just slowed him down. That was it. That was all that needed to happen. Let's see what Grog Woods has to say about the matter. Let me go. Sped. Boom. Boom.
And it's Shimmer, Momo, and Origin who take advantage. Origin shoulders past 2 marbles in one turn to take P1. Down the back stretch they...
Okay, so he just doesn't mention the Cobalts. Can't really blame him. I don't mention the Cobalts a whole lot outside of M1. Just because they are so stacked, but so screwed over time and time again. You think about Cerulean with Misty Mountain, right? But this is the Cobalt season. Okay, Royal already won one of the races after starting in 10th. They're just... Can't sleep on them. You cannot... Oh, yeah, and then Shimmer getting done. That's what they're talking about. How did Royal get 10th after Shimmer falling off the belt? Watch Shimmer. Okay, now we need Grog for this. That's subtitles. What does Grog have to say about
Down the back stretch
Because I bet
they
he has
go.
something to say about this.
Momo holding second place. Arab, Misty. Oh, Shimmer is actually... Oh, look at this.
Ooh. So I was already mentioning Shimmer.
Down the back stretch they go. Momo holding second place. Arab, Misty. Oh, Shimmer is actually...
Ooh. What a collision. Beautiful, backing it up. Look, I honestly thought Shimmer was about to DNF there. Yeah, okay, so here we go. It's just an absolute conga line. Arab hits the belt. Misty rear ends Arab. Shimmer rear ends Misty. Misty airborne for this frame. but it's because they were already on the belt and Shimmer was not. Equal and opposite reaction and all that jazz. So all that momentum just goes backwards because that's all that could happen. It is essentially Shimmer versus this whole dang conveyor belt. And since they are not moving forward with it, they get bunked backwards and have everybody pass. This is going to happen. This is going to happen in the race. So that's what we have to look out for. We have the accelerator and the bank turn. That's been nice. Not a whole lot of moving and shaking like what we saw at Soccer Garden. Okay? That being said, this is what's going to happen. These are the two things to focus on. It's going to be that curve, and we know what curve it is. Origin more than anybody knows that curve, and this very last turn to the belt, because you just end up with some very as close as you can get. You're gonna get some conga lines through the finish, and then some bonks like what's happening with Shimmer in these frames. Look at this standstill. They are stood still. Okay, look at this. So they get bonked, and then they come to a rest here. So they stop right here. Okay, we're 60 frames a second, I do believe. Now we're 50. We're 50. So let's count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that standstill. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, look. That's a half a second. That's a half a second. They just...
Misty. Oh, Shimmer is actually... Oh, look at this. Bounced back. I was just about to say how far Shimmer had fallen. Shimmer briefly caused a yellow flag by stopping completely, but somehow managed to regroup and get back on the belt.
God, I love Grog Woods. I need my daily fix of Grog Woods. So yeah, that is exactly what happened. I did not notice the flag change from green to yellow, although it's default green. They pop it up here. So that was a green. Okay, so that's a yellow flag. Did not notice that until it said track clear. Thought it didn't even draw a yellow flag. It did draw a yellow flag. That was not a bingo. Unfortunately, we have red flag. And I believe it's not even just a red flag, but 2 red flags. How am I supposed to get 2 red flags? Except if I go on Tinder. I mean, that was close. Maybe this is the one where it can all come together. Okay, we could get we can get our first red flag here. Okay, we could get a pole sitter earning 0 points. Ooh, please no. We had the pole sitter winning last week. Can it happen this week, please? God, Origin, please. Can't have it happen. Can't do it again. Every time I close my eyes, well, not every time, but every time I close my eyes, I see Origin getting dunked on that corner on Tumult Turnpike. Host team wins. Yeah, right. That's not gonna happen this week. Didn't have these happen. We could have a DNF. Okay, and if a DNF happens, that would draw a red flag. And if it's Blue Eye, all momentum stops on that belt, gets lapped by somebody, then we could have a red flag. And then if they get lapped, then they won't get to complete their last lap. So both these could happen, please. Not sure if Greg said penultimate. I made this bingo very difficult. Thought it wasn't going to be as hard as I thought. This has turned into a very difficult bingo. Which is why I'm hoping that my fates align for everything to work out in my favor with these time predictions and podium predictions. Which begs the question, how did Royal take 10th? Oh, I guess there was... We don't get to see this. We don't get to see this angle. I guess they just completely ate it and Shimmer didn't. Okay, so that's a satisfying answer. That's a satisfying answer for me. That Royal just absolutely ate a wall. Shimmer can conserve their momentum. But Origin and Momo and Air... Origin, pole position, 3 points off the bat. Hard Carrot giving them 1 point. An Absolute Moment giving them 2. Almost got him 3. Very close qual time. I forget what they call it. But the Q2, very contested. Every racer was giving it their all, just about. So let's go back to Roldo. Someone said before Q2 but after Q1. I'm gonna find Roldo. Or someone said after Shimmer's call run, I think. Or is this when... I think this is when Grog says what a flex. Enjoying the mountain? Or just enjoying the scenery? Enjoying the park now that the snow has melted. They did a up close to one of these marbles on the rock after someone did something, and I swear, I was like, did they just zoom up on Roldo? Because that would have been hilarious if they did. Alright, there's Mallard. Okay, there's Shimmer. 325 is what they're saying. 325. Anticipation. Okay, so it was after... Ah, there he is. Okay. That is a good hiding spot. That's a medium? That was behind the tree. That's a very tough hiding spot. Okay, so let's go to these times. The average lap time for this iteration of Tumult Turnpike. 21.87 seconds is the average lap time. 16 laps. So that would give us a race time of 349.92 seconds. And that divided by 60 is 5.832, because doing just 21.87 times 16 is base 10. We want it in, or I guess base 100, and we want it in base 60. So you divide it by 60 to give us seconds or minutes, and that's 5.832, and 8/10 of a minute is 48 seconds, because 1/10 of a minute is 6 seconds. So that's some quick maths for you. So based on that average lap time given with the graphics, we should expect 16 laps to take 5 minutes 48 seconds. Of course, I am factoring in the 13% lap time, and I reconsider the math that I've been doing, and it really is more 13 and a half, because sometimes it's 13% difference, sometimes it's a 14% difference. So I took the 5.832, multiplied that by 1.135, which is 13.5%. That gives me 6.61932. Okay, so we're working with 5 decimal spots here, because it's big brain time, and that's 6.3 and a whole lot of change there. So it's more 6.36, but it's a bit bigger than that. So I took that time, and I figured the average based off of Orange's lap times. Okay? Hey, I'm putting Misty as an outlier here. Okay? Because Orangin, with 10 marbles, 3 laps, was a race winner. We have 1 minute 11.432 seconds. Took that time, multiplied it by 5.34, which brings us to 16, because they essentially raced, I believe that's how it works. I got good math out of it. I got a really good answer. This is why we show our work. So it was a minute and 11 seconds for 3 laps. But they're racing 16. That's where it is. So I was doing 16 divided by 3 to give us the number for the other laps. And of course, you get a string of 3s repeating. So that's why I capped it 5.34. So got 1 minute 11.432 seconds times 5.34 to make up 16 laps. That gives us 6.39732. Whole lot of numbers 5 decimal places, but that's what we also got with the percentage. So I added both those. I took 6.39732, which is Origin's projected lap time for 16 laps in Q2. Added at 6.61932, which is our projected lap time based off of the average lap time with the poster, with the added 13.5%. Got the average of that, which is 6.508323. All that to say, I'm expecting the winner of this race tomorrow, whoever it may be, to cross the finish line at 6.5 minutes and a half second. So 6 minutes, 30.5 seconds. That is our line. And I think that's a good number. Way better than saying 8 minutes, it being 6 minutes. So here's our starting grid. And we've seen stranger things happen. Stranger Things. With racers starting in the back of the pack. You think Red Eye starting 17th or 20th, going third. You think Clementon starting third, dropping to 17th. First going to 17th, rather. However it was. Red Eye 20th to 3rd. Clementon 3rd to 20th. That's how it was. Absolutely awful. Sort of blocked that memory. So anything can happen. I really believe, really feeling, I think Blue Eye's gonna get lapped. I think that belt thing that happened with Shimmer's gonna happen to Blue Eye. We have first, second, and third. We have fastest lap, we have slowest lap. I'm giving slowest lap to Red Eye. I'm giving fastest lap, no shock, to Misty. Looks like the Thunderbolts just shocked themselves. Yeah. So, fastest lap just because they were the fastest racer in every single sector. That's a flex. Okay. I cannot count Royal out of this. They did get donked though. I see them taking like 4th. We'll give... Here's what I'll say. Origin's gonna drop. I think this is the time that a pole sitter gets no points. Because that turn is still there. I think the marbles will bully him. That was with 16. This is with 20. Origin is going to get absolutely bullied. And beat none but Blue Eye because of course. I'm giving it to the hard Carrot. Arab will be your race winner. Hit the under. So we're looking at 6 minutes, 30.49 seconds for Arab to come across that finish line. Starting in third, it could happen. Going to give silver to Royal, because why not? And you know what? I think it'll be a close silver. I think Royal will also hit that under, because Royal is the GOAT. The GOAT. I wonder if the rest of my house heard that. I have the window open. I wonder if the neighborhood heard that. Think the accelerator might throw marbles off for the U-turn? I want to say that's impossible. Because these tracks go through a whole lot of trials, a whole lot of redesigns. But Yellup still fell off of the track. So, I doubt anyone's gonna go flying off. If they do, that will bode well for my bingo. Because we do have a DNF. We do have a marble injury. So, here we go. Thank you, Blue Eye, for not doing too well, keeping your scoreless streak alive. Just realized that we had the racer earn 0 points. Blue Eye, this is their third. 2 down, 3 to go. It could happen. All they have to do is finish below 15th. Same with Bolt. I believe Bolt is one of those as well. Season 4. Let's look up all these stats. Yeah, so it really is Blue Eye and Thunder. That's it. So Bolt, since they already got a point, they could get on the podium. God, who hasn't podiumed yet? We're gonna need some. This is a very confusing layout because the bold is pole sitter. Okay, just bonus points. So let's get this list going. Because this is the halfway mark. Not a lot of time left for unique teams to get on the podium. Oh, I should get in sidetrack. Who's getting bronze? Let's put Mallard up there. Why not? They're worth it. Have them cross after 6.5 minutes. Should be fine. Alright, so we got Thunderbolts, we have the Chalks, have the Razzies, have the Bees, we have the Balls of Chaos, have the Wolfpack, have the Blackjacks, Cat's podium because Red Eye carries. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, I was about to say, thought they tripled it. The Galactic Podium. No, okay, so 25, 2018. That is such a funky. So if he got 15 points, he didn't podium. Sad day looking at our Rangers get the podium. So just about all the teams have yet to podium. Wow. Should have put worst PPE as the bingo spot. Because that will be broken, especially without the Thunderbolts have been competing. Of course, Chocolatiers, Raspberry Racers on par. It's gonna happen. One of these teams are gonna do it. Bumblebees will at least have 1 point per race. But this is beautiful. And by beautiful, I mean absolutely ugly. But it helps me write a Thunderbolts roast video after this Jungle Jumpers roast video. You look back at the Thunderbolts, how are they not relegated coming out of 2022? It really should be the Thunderbolts and the Jungle Jumpers and not the Cobalts and Hazers, in my opinion. Okay. So there's a Team Galactic. Glaciers aren't there. Ducks aren't there. O-Rangers aren't there. Swarm's not there. Pinkies aren't there. Team Momo got a bronze. Okay, so... No, Crazy Cat's Eyes. Metal. So just look for the nice colored ones. That it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 of 20. So only 7 teams have podiumed. That has to change at this halfway mark. Looking back into this, so... The primary really podium? Dang, hard carrot. Oh. Could have looked at this. Or Rima. Damn, Rima. Damn, Rima. So now it's hard carrot time. They might go back-to-back medals, which would be hype for them. So it's basically the O's don't have a medal yet. Starry doesn't, the Ducks don't. Momo has a medal, Primary has a medal, Speeders, Mist, Hazers, I almost call them the Misters, and the Cats. So like, that's half of the top 10. This is gonna be a runaway. This is gonna be a sad tournament for my bingo. Hazers need 13th, not 13 points. They need 13th. Didn't get any points for starting in 5th. They need to drop to 15th to get exactly 69 points. God, I don't think the Helices are returning. This is a sad year for my bingo. Or not. Maybe we could get these all in one weekend. Maybe this is that weekend. Whatever may be the case. I got through all my talking points. Gotten through my mathematics. Gotten through Grog Woods. Gotten through Misty flexing. And we will find out what happens tomorrow. But I will be screaming about it Monday. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you will join me Monday to debrief. Until then, have a great rest of your weekend. Stay hydrated out there. It's a sweltering one. As always, Waluigi's gonna lead us out. Take care. Goodbye.